What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It's your boy Is Nefarious here, and I am here with another episode. And as you can see, we got the Premier Madden League gear on, so that means it's gonna be a Here We Go episode. Episode 3, Week 3. We take on the Cincinnati Bengals. We got a bunch of storylines to go through. We got a bunch of other stuff to go through. So without further ado, let's jump over to the series. Here we are in week 3 taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, as I said, and we got a few things to talk about. We got the mock draft one that came out after all the scouting, and it looks like for our division, the corner Derek Stingley Jr. is the projected number 1 pick for the Bengals. Left outside linebacker Drake Jackson's number 1 pick for the Ravens. Myself, it's QB Mark Willis. Looks like a athletic type of QB, projected top 5, a 20% completion on the scouting. And then for the Browns as well, looks like they're scouting for a QB. Carson Strong is a projected guy. He's projected to go rounds 2 or 3. They have him projected to get for them to reach for him at pick number 8. So that's our division. As you can see, we're at the top of the draft because right now everybody in the division is 0-3, as you can see at the bottom of your screen there, right between the top stats and the goals. At the bottom standings, AFC North, 0-2 Steelers, 0-3 Ravens, 0-3 Browns, 0-2 Bengals. So one of us is going to get a win in this game, and one of us is going to take sole position in the first place of the AFC North. But before we get into the game and see who gets proclaimed the winner, let's jump over to our weekly strategy and see exactly what we're doing with the Bengals, and that starts by looking at their roster. Alright, so we're over here looking at the Bengals roster. We're going to go through this real quick. It's a base roster. We haven't done anything much to them. No trades, maybe some free agent signings, but that's about it. So real quick, Joe Burrow, you got Joe Mixon. Then you got Drew Sample, the tight end who's playing fullback. Tyler Boyd, nobody really crazy. Jamar Chase is the leading receiver, so we have to keep an eye on him. And so the game plan offensively, just as I go through this, it's going to be pretty much watching Jamar Chase in the passing game, but then trying to do what we can to keep Joe Mixon contained. So that's pretty much going to be the offensive game plan, or the defensive game plan against their offense. On the other side of the ball, the offensive game plan against the defense. They have a very weak front 7. They don't have anything we really have to worry about besides the safety, Jesse Bates, I believe. So when it comes to this Bengals team, we are going to try to run it, especially with that weak front 7. And they're also, in their team stats, they're one of the worst against the run. So we'll jump over to that right now and we'll take a look at that. So unfortunately, we did our training, so we can't really go into that. It's just going to take us into a practice mode. But you can see at the bottom of the screen, we've got offensive ranks for both our teams. When it comes to the offensive rank, they're actually ranked ahead of us at 27. We're at 30. Pass TDs, they're ranked number 22. Rush TDs, they're ranked number 31. It doesn't look like they have one yet. Giveaways, they're ranked number 28. And then third down percentage, they're ranked number 28 as well. So they giving the ball up a lot, and then they're also not able to get into the end zone on the ground, usually because they're down so much. Taking a look at the defense, number 15 defense is surprising. We're number 28. TDs allowed, number 21 with 5. Sacks, they're number 3 with 8. So they're able to get to the quarterback. That's not good with our offensive line. The takeaways, they're number 30 with only 3. And then the red zone percentage, 83% in the red zone. So they are playing pretty stout defense in the red zone. When it comes to the yards per game, offensive yards per game, they're 27th with the passing. With the rushing, they're 29th. Defensive points per game, they're 32nd. Defensive pass yards per game, they're 2nd. Defensive rush yards per game, they're 31st. And then the offensive points per game at the top, they're 31st as well. So When it comes to the defense, as you can see, the passing yards is low. They're pretty good with the passing yards. That's due to a lot of teams being up early, but their rushing yards are 31st, so they're not really able to stop the run either. So our game plan going to be running up the middle with Najee Harris, and then also on defense, it's going to be stop Joe Hayden, not stop Joe Hayden, stop Joe Mixon, and worry about Jamar Chase over the top. We want to stop the medium pass because we did get a dev story. I wasn't able to show that. Unfortunately, it didn't record when I originally tried to record this. So I was able to get that on screen, but we got a dev story, and we'll jump over to the play that got the dev story right now. So the dev story actually went to Cameron Sutton, who had a pick 6 against the Raiders. I guess that's what triggered it for him. He's a 77 overall, not very fast, but he could be a future corner in the league. Hopefully we get this dev story. We need at least 1 interception, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, stuff like that to get him to a star dev. Right now, he's a normal dev. To get him to a star dev, we would need that. While we're here, let's talk about some of the storylines that we have, some of the position battles, and some storylines that we might have. So first, I want to start with the position battles, and I'm going to start at the wide receiver position. Nothing's changed at top. We are using Juju Smith-Schuster as our number 1, but our number 2 has changed. We moved Chase Claypool into that number 2 spot. Deontay Johnson moves to that number 3. He'll be strictly a slot wide receiver, and when we're running 2 wide receiver sets, you'll see Claypool and Juju out there a lot more than Juju and Deontay. So even though he didn't get that tandem story, he's also gonna see less playing time when it comes to being on the field. Other position battles are over on the defensive side, so let's take a trip over there and see exactly what we got. So one minor one is Chris Wormley and Isaiah Loudermilk. They're going to be splitting time a little more. Wormley was strictly the starter. Loudermilk's going to get a little bit more time to see what he could do because our defense has been struggling, and it's usually on that left side away from TJ Watt. We might have to move TJ Watt on the opposite side of Cameron Hayward to help the defense a little bit. So maybe we move Cameron Hayward over to this left end spot, and we moved Wormley and Loudermilk over to that right end spot. The other position battle is at linebacker, the middle linebacker. We got Schobert, who went ahead of Devin Bush on the depth chart. They're both going to be on the field anyway, but Schobert is definitely the number 1 guy. Devin Bush falls to that number 2. Hasn't been playing terrible, but Joe Schobert has been playing pretty damn good so far this season. The other battle and storyline is Alex Highsmith is taking over as a starter this week, and it has a lot to do with Melvin Ingram not being able to bring down Derek Carr in the 4th quarter against the Las Vegas Raiders last week, leading to big, huge plays against that team where it definitely could have been a game changer. He had Derek Carr in his arms twice, wasn't able to bring him down, and Derek Carr has 41 break sacks. So right now he's in the doghouse. It doesn't mean that he's not going to see the field, but he will see the field a little less than usual. Other than that, we have some transactions that we wanted to bring up. So let's jump over the transactions and see what kind of roster moves we made recently. So here we are in our roster moves. There was a few things changed week 3 specifically. One is the center being released here. Then we signed the defensive tackle Carlos Davis, who was on the main roster. We moved him to the practice squad. So it says we signed him to the practice squad, but we actually released him into the practice squad. Then we signed free agent TJ Carey. We needed some cornerback health, especially after a couple cornerbacks went down in our training that we recorded that we can't show you right now. But 2 cornerbacks went down. Witherspoon and Justin Lane both went down during training, so we needed to pick up a couple corners to help with the secondary. And then we also released Arthur Mollett. Not really a good corner, 85 speed, so he's really slow and he doesn't really have good coverage skills. So we moved him and brought in a little more athleticism with Carey and Randall to help out that defensive backfield and help out that defense. Speaking of the practice squad, we are now allowed to protect 4 players on the practice squad. Let's jump over to that and I'll tell you exactly who we're protecting. So as of this week, the people we selected to protect on our practice squad, it could change day to day, every single day. It doesn't have to be week to week. Every single day we could change it. It's on the website as far as the Premier Madden League, so we could follow it, change it. Right now, we're going with Steven Sims, the wide receiver. We're going with Daniel Archibong here, the defensive end. Then we're going with Derek Tuska, the right outside linebacker, and then we're going with Donovan Steiner, the free safety. So those are the 4 guys we're protecting. Everybody else could be signed by another team, but we have 4 guys we can protect and possibly bring onto the main roster if somebody goes down or if somebody, somebody's not performing well. We will be playing through our practice squad instead of bringing in random free agents. So we want to make sure we're trying to focus on the practice squad a little more than usual when it comes to possible replacements for players. Other than that, we have another storyline. So I'm going to go over to the player who is actually frustrated in the organization, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. So if you follow my Twitter, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I tweeted something out, and I'll show you that at the top of the screen. So basically, Juju Smith-Schuster, after a great performance week 1, 5 receptions, 166 yards, and a touchdown, he followed it up with 2 receptions, 32 yards, but he was only targeted 2 or 3 times. He wasn't really targeted. We tried to get the ball to Deontay Johnson, and then we also tried to get Najee Harris going a little bit. He was very unhappy with the coaching staff about that. After a really good week 1, week 2, you don't give him the ball. Very unhappy about that. So moving forward, this week, I don't know if we're going to get him involved. He might be the main wide receiver involved when we do throw the ball, but we are looking to get Najee Harris more involved this week before Juju Smith-Schuster. So this could escalate and become even more of a problem moving forward, maybe leading to him being traded no matter what, even if he gets the stats. So this is a storyline for us. Other than that, it's time to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's jump right into the game. Here we go, everybody. It is game time. As you can see, we got the Cincinnati Bengals up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know what you're saying. You're looking at me. You're like, oh, he's not even talking right now, but I can hear his voice. Well, we're commentating over the game this time. You get to see my reaction at the bottom of the screen in the video, but we will be commentating the game itself. As you can see him hit Jamar Chase deep, but we're able to make the tackle there. He forced it wasn't a 3 and out, but it was the second set of downs. He was able to force us off the field. Then Joe Mixon is able to punch it in, giving them a 6-0 lead. We gave them their first rushing TD on the season. He hasn't got a single rushing TD so far this season, and we're the first to give it up. Hopefully we're not the first to give up the win to the Cincinnati Bengals. If we win this, we get the sole possession of first place in the AFC North, since everybody else right now is 0-3, and we are the last 2 teams sitting at 0-2. So the winner of this gets first place here early in the season. As you can see, we throw an interception, but we get the ball back almost immediately, and then we're driving. A little flag there gives us a first and 10 inside the 40 of the Cincinnati Bengals. And then we're going to try to hit Juju Smith-Schuster on a crossing route. We wanted him to go upfield. He did not for us, and he's going to take that, and he's almost going to take it all the way to the house. As you can see, he gets stopped right there. It's going to lead to a field goal. Can he make this field goal to make it 9-0? No, it is wide left. Wide left, totally misses that field goal. Could that come back to bite him at the end? But we're going to throw over the middle, and it's going to be another interception by Big Ben. Not looking good so far. That's 2 interceptions. He's not able to throw the ball right now. As you can see, the offense is back on the field. He's going to try to go deep, and we pick it off with Terrell Edmonds. Edmonds tries to take it to the house, but he's going to get shoestring tackle there. But it sets us up in great field position. We're going to hit Chase Claypool. He has plenty of room. He's going to take it into the end zone, making it 7-6, Pittsburgh is up. So right now we got the lead, and we're going to get an interception, but there's a flag on the play. Hopefully this is a holding call. Hopefully we maintain possession. So we're going to look and see what it is, and they're going to call Minkah Fitzpatrick for the illegal touching or pass interference, and it's going to lead to the Cincinnati Bengals getting the ball back, and as you can see, taking the ball back, and as you can see there, we get a sack, but then we leave the middle wide open for a touchdown. T. Higgins, and you can see by my reaction there that I am not happy. He's going to go for 2 here to make it 14-7. We're able to stop him, so it's only 12-7 at this point, so he's only up by 5. But we're going to try to hit it over the middle, and we're going to get intercepted by Jesse Bates, the one guy we needed to avoid on that defense, and we hand over the ball to him, and it's going to give the offense another chance to run down, but we are trying to stop them there as we get the fumble, but we're not able to recover it. And then he's going to hit T. Higgins once again on a 3rd and 20, it looked like there. And he was able to get the first down. It might have been a 2nd and 20, but then it was a field goal. So we hold them to just a field goal there. So it's 15-7. They get the ball at half. So we need to come back and come back fast. Hopefully we get a stop here. And hopefully we're able to get back into the game. As you can see, he's going to hit his T. Higgins once again over the middle, giving him a first down, and he's going to be in the red zone here. He's going to go deep, but we're going to intercept that. Terrell Edmonds once again making the interception, and he's going to take it outside the 20 of our own end, and then we're going to come out with the offense. We're going to hit Pat Fairmouth on the drag. He's going to run downfield, and he's going to go out of bounds, taking us onto the other side of the field, and then a little play action by Big Ben, and there's that man again, Pat Fairmouth, with another huge catch as Big Ben drops back, tries to go to the end zone. It's going to be picked off for a 4th time. Jesse Bates, his 2nd interception in a row, and he is not going to be catched by anybody or caught by anyone. He is going to take it all the way inside, and as you can see, we're getting up. We are not happy right now, pacing the room with anger and frustration. So we're down 22-7 now. The Bengals have the ball back after a quick 3 and out, and we're going to go ahead and make a huge play to get the ball back on a 3rd down as we drop back for the pass, and we're going to hit, who is that? Is that Juju? That was Juju Smith-Schuster once again on the sideline getting the catch, and then we're going to hit Pat Fairmouth in the end zone for a touchdown, a huge touchdown there, making it 22-14, and then a huge sack by Cameron Hayward. Cameron Hayward getting on the stat sheet. And then we're going to have a wide receiver wide open, but we missed the throw. Big Ben with a crucial miss. And then another wide receiver wide open on the same drive, and he misses that one too. Big Ben completely missing. As you can see, we get up, and we had to go for a little jog after that missed throw. No pressure, and he still was able to hit it. Jamar Chase is going to break a tackle, and he's going to take it inside the 20. So they're in the red zone here. We got Joe Burrow dropping back. He's going to find a wide receiver right over the middle. We're able to stop them at the 1. So it's 22-14 now. He's going to get sacked on this play. A nice sack there. And I believe that was by Alex Highsmith. As he takes it in, we mess up our camera angle there. He takes it in with Joe Mixon for his 2nd rush TD of the game. And then we're going to try to hit Eric Ebron right off the seam, and it's going to be a diving, amazing pick by Jesse Bates. But our defense is standing strong. As you can see, we sack him there, and then he's going to drop back, look deep, look deep. He's got a ton of time. Nobody's getting to the quarterback, and he's going to find T. Higgins, and he comes close to a first down. It's going to be 4th and inches. He's going to roll right. He's rolling right. He's rolling right. He has nothing. He's going to throw it deep. There's 2 defenders, but they run away from the ball. Where were the defenders going as they run towards the sideline, and I run out the room? A huge TD there, putting him up 36-14. And then we're just trying to make it at least respectable here as we hit Eric Ebron over the middle. Then we're going to hit Eric Ebron once again over the middle. He's going to take it inside the 25. And then we're going to look for our running back, Najee Harris, out of the slot. He's going to go in for the end zone, making it 36-20. We're going to try an onside kick, but we fail on this. So that's pretty much the game there. We didn't get anything from that. As the Bengals take out the Steelers 36-20. We are now 0-3. The Bengals take sole position of first place in the AFC North. We have to bounce back and bounce back quick. A terrible start to the season. The 0-3 Pittsburgh Steelers, kind of matching the real-life Steelers in a sense, but we dropped that Bills game in the first week. They were able to win that. Big Ben, terrible game, 7 interceptions. Hopefully he can bounce back next week. But, you know, it's one bad game. We got to chalk it up just as a bad game and move on. And hopefully next week is better. Now let's get over to the post game. All right, everybody. So we just got finished playing the Bengals. I didn't do a come on Neff play of the game because the whole damn thing was a come on Neff play of the game. Had to rush around. Like right now, I actually got to leave, so I'm trying to get this video done. As I got a call. See. As I get the call, I gotta go, but I'm gonna try to do this real quick. We got the objective. This is actually just a Madden rank thing, so this has nothing to do with the season. So we'll skip through that. It actually kicked us out for some reason. So let's go over to the franchise and see some of the stuff. I'm gonna be honest. As I get another call, I legit threw this game away. I didn't want to reschedule on King K again because I said I'd play at Advanced and I said I'd play at 11. But I gotta go grab my car and my girl's waiting for me to go grab her car. She's gotta go to a bridal shower. So I pretty much threw this game away. Breakout player we probably didn't get. Really frustrated. I'm frustrated. Yeah, me too, buddy. I'm really frustrated at this point. Big Ben couldn't make the throws. I mean, we still could have won. Hello? I'll be there in a second. I'm leaving right now. Alright, bye. So, I'll even include that in the video. So, but Big Ben missed some throws. Looks like we got a few of the game day goals. Let's take a look at those real quick. Rush for 150 yards. We got 1 point out of that. We sacked the QB 3 times, so we got 3 points. We got 5 plus sacks, so we got 5 points. It looks like we got, so we got 10 staff points now, which is really good. But like I said, we wish we would have came out of a win. This is, at the end of the season, something like this is really going to hurt at the end of the season. So, it sucks. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Maybe I should have just rescheduled this game again. But I felt real bad because he was working with me and he wanted to get the game in at 11. And I wasn't planning on leaving, but I have no other way to get my car at my uncle's house. So I was screwed. Had to play either way. Big Ben had 7 interceptions. Missed a few big throws even when we had a chance to come back in the game. On that big 4th down, he missed a wide open Juju. Najee Harris had 3.9 yards a carry. Didn't really get anything going. Jamar Chase, we'll go through the play of the game real quick. It's probably going to be Najee Harris. He had 143 purpose yards and a touchdown, so he played really well. On the defensive side, we had a 1 sack from Melvin Ingram, so he actually showed out a little bit. On the defensive side, we'll go with Alex Highsmith has to get it. 4 sacks, so he finally got a start, and he showed out. 4 sacks. Cameron Hayward had 2. We're gonna give it to Alex Highsmith, and it's not looking good for Melvin Ingram. He had another missed sack. He got a half a sack on it, but he missed that sack. So, Melvin Ingram will be the player of the game on the defense. On the player of the game, not Melvin Ingram. Alex Highsmith on defense is the player of the game. On offense, it's going to be Najee Harris. So, shout out to Najee. He's going to get some extra XP, and then he's also going to get a content point. Maybe even a couple content points. I don't know how many content points I'm awarding the game of the week, player of the game on both offense and defense. I'm really sorry about this video. It's not going to be as in-depth. And I'm really sorry about the gameplay because it was absolutely terrible. But I'm Is Nefarious. I am out of here, and next week will be a new week.